Yes.
Ooh.
We were just watching Jersey Shore.
It says it's streaming. Let me go to the YouTube homepage. Because it actually puts out a whole bunch of things in the social. I started a live stream, so it kicked over to Twitter to say that. And view on my watch page. Yep, there you are, Chris. You are live. So let me go up and put Kelly on this computer upstairs for a minute.
I get to be your fangirl.
Yeah.
And then we'll see.
I'm gonna grab a cup of coffee.
Yeah, do so. Oh. That is freaking hysterical. It's just a good way to do it. Because it lends itself to the whole no budget idea of it. You know? Like, that works too hard. Okay, Carla. Gotta not go in the kitchen now. Hey everybody, it's Original Mechanical Mouse coming to you live from Mechanical Mouse Record Studio, 1710 Sandy Hollow Road, Rockford, Illinois, 61109. If you'd like to be a guest on 815 Live, simply send me an email to joel@ommfan.com, and then we'll talk it over and set you up to come on in and do a little interview. Tonight's guest is Christopher Dobelman. We're trying something new with our cheesy little sign and whatnot, and that is to get started on time. And so, even though it's kind of literally goofy, low budget, you know, it's effective. And Christopher Dobelman is going to appear on your camera here in a minute. If you decide that you want bowl, napkins, anything else,
It's okay.
I'm gonna grab some water. Hey, you're not all, you guys on the internet aren't supposed to hear that part.
One thing really cool the mouse got going on in here is behind this camera over here you got some Cheez-Its that he gives you. He likes to feed his guests.
Well, what else is a mouse gonna give his guest but cheese?
That's right.
Isn't that like that? Isn't that like what I'm supposed to do?
That's classic.
Hi everybody, that was my hand. I'm gonna move the camera now. Oh, watch out! It's an earthquake! Ah! And then I'm gonna get behind the camera and get it on Mr. Dobelman. Pull it back a little bit so I can sort of scrunch in somehow. And we're running the AC today, so there'll be a little bit of blower noise from that. Let's see, what am I looking for? Okay. Yep, okay, hi. Hi everybody on the internet. It's Joe Collinsworth, also known as the Original Mechanical Mouse since November of 2010. Tonight's guest is Christopher Dobelman. I'm so proud and happy to know him as a friend.
I've known him for about, what, 4
years, I think.
4 years?
Yeah, 3-4 years. Since 2010, probably. So, you know, we've been kind of hanging out and doing some shows in past years. Haven't done anything lately, but I'm so happy to see him getting out in the musical community and doing some shows lately. So we'll just go ahead and proceed with what we're doing, the interview, and let me sort of back off. As I have a feud going on with the software people that make Wirecast. So we're still on one camera, but I'm kind of hoping to buy 2 additional cameras, and if you have used ones that are in good condition, you could email me at that email address I gave out earlier. Okay, let me back away and interview Chris. So, as everyone that watches the show knows, these questions are made up as I go along.
It's the way to go.
That's the way to go, that's right.
And that's pretty much how we've been, you know, when we met, that's pretty much everything is, it goes, it just moves.
Yeah, that's right. So, to start out with the first question is, how long have you been playing music? And performing
I would
for
say,
audiences. Let me throw in there, and performing for audiences.
I picked up my first, well, I learned piano when I was younger. Well, I always wanted to be a drummer. And my mom and dad said, well, you're going to learn how to play piano first. So when I learned how to play piano, it led to, when I got into high school, I think I was a freshman in high school, my cousin had a band, Social Sting, and in doing so, he said, why don't you play bass? We already got 2 guitars. And I was like, all right. So I picked up the bass, and then I learned playing bass and doing like little stuff, and then it progressed. Then we kind of separated for a little while, and then it got back to being a little bit more bigger in the 90s, to a point where when my old guitarist came back from Colorado, Steve Quas, when he came back, we started playing and doing more with, in the facts of, when he came back from Colorado, we kind of restructured the band, and we were all older, so when we got back together, then...
Wait, how old were you then?
18, 19.
So you're 18 or 19 years old and you've already been to Colorado to do shows?
Oh, no. My old guitarist moved out there, Steve Quas.
Okay. All right.
And then moved back in 90, I want to say 92 or 93. And then at that point, we were already like working on new material, which, that's where like the songs like Shotgun Bitch or You Say, and a lot of other songs that we wrote, but at that time, that was at the point of where we wanted to play all the time and do shows, and doing that, it pushed us into a situation where we can go into a studio, which was a studio with Stabbing Westward, and getting to meet all those guys, and Chris Hall and Andy and the guys. But that was at Edge Studios up in Libertyville, and we would go there twice a week. It'd be two sit-ins where it would be for 2 hours. Take a break, and then you play the other hour. But that was pretty fun. Those were the days, and then it kind of like that went on for a couple years, and then it kind of like I had my first son in the late 90s, and in doing that, it gave me an opportunity to restructure my life to a point of where you're not as much as that young, crazy individual that goes out and parties all the time and all that fun stuff. So then it like the structure came back, and then in like the late 90s, early 2000s, we it's just a matter of just playing with any type of band. I was, Slippery When Wet was a cover band that I played with back in the early 2000s with Alex Delphine was the guitarist, but the whole thing was only you had to dress the part and all that fun stuff, and you played bands with bands like Posen, which was the Poison
like a costume band?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was like, you used live music.
Not like Gower or something, though.
No.
Just like metal and hair and what?
Hair metal.
Hair metal.
Kind of
okay.
hair metal.
Yeah.
And then like for a couple of years there, I took a little break, and I had my second son, and then Christopher Jr., and then I took a break from music for a little while, and then started picking it back up again in the mid to 2000s, and then just happened to come across this place in DeKalb, Illinois, the House Cafe, where it just opened up a broad feature, which I would have never really probably went to the house if I would have never met my wife Kelly, which I know she's watching. Hi Kelly.
Hi Kelly. Thanks for watching.
When I met her, she has a house out in DeKalb, so it's like when we got together, then I moved in with her, and then we started frequenting like Otto's and all the places around there, and it started making my blood just want to burn like music again, and it was just like, man, I really am enjoying stuff. And then I got to meet like you.
Yeah.
And that was Stefano and the Doll Parts. The Doll Parts are an amazing group. I think that's their guest next month.
Yeah, it is actually. Dana's coming in, and Gerald.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, everybody. I'm going to make it quieter in here. As you notice, the AC was making quite a bit of noise, and I thank you for the little disruption there and trying to get back in here. What I want to do, though, is one camera, but I don't want to just have it be some static shot, because that's boring. If you ever watch that at home where they point the camera at somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of cool if they kind of move it around a little bit or up and down, whatever we need to do. So, how old were you at your first live performance where you were like a member of a rock band and you're like on that stage in front of a good sized audience?
I want to say 17.
17.
17. Like actual, like I think that was Pioneer Days and Arlington Heights or something like that.
And then what's your guesstimation if you had to, like if you have one in your mind's eye anyways, of what your glory days, so to speak, of that whole era was? Like 2003 or something maybe?
I would say like the late 90s, mid 90s, because that was like, not that I'm not having fun with music now, I think, but that was like where you had like, it was like a brotherhood, which now I've restructured that into a point of like, now it's like, my brotherhood is like with you, one of my good buddies, and you had him in here a couple months ago, Ryan Worthy.
Yeah.
Everywhere I play, I usually ask him, and then we'll schedule something, and that's when, you know, we did the show last spring with Lucky Boys Confusion, which is another great bunch of groups, and then of course you were at the you know, I tried to do the fundraiser for autism because my son's got autism, but we had you know, with Lucky Boys there, so we did several shows with Lucky Boys, a great bunch of guys, and then, you know, doing shows at the House Cafe. I just did a House Cafe show a little over, I want to say a month ago.
Yeah.
With Joe Kennedy, but they don't, because they just reopened the doors there. If anybody don't know what the House Cafe is, the House Cafe is probably like the local hangout. It closed down for a little bit while they changed ownership, but the House Cafe is one of the musicians go there from all over, and they'll come from like Chicago, they'll come from like, hell, they got people that come down from Milwaukee,
Sure.
Henry and that from SS Web. You get like people like Pete Jive, one of our buddies. Me and Mouse got to the pleasure of meeting, and I still talk to Pete a lot.
I've done shows with Pete, so you know, Pete's good
a great
people.
guy, you know.
Let's cut to a song.
You want to do a song?
Yeah.
Should we start with something from the back? Let's do something from the old days, so people know.
Yeah, I don't know that you're gonna need, you know.
I don't know. I think that mic's pretty good.
It is. It's really good, actually. Ryan, and Brian didn't need a mic, so there you go. Plus, it's picking it up somewhat.
Okay.
It's a live room.
Well, this is from the Social Sting days. When I was a Social Sting with Steve and all that, we wrote. Well, this is one of the songs that we wrote. It's called "Shuck 'Em Bitch." Probably one of my if you talk to somebody, then they more or less like sit there and they'll relate my music to something from that period of time. So this "Shuck 'Em Bitch." song, and the song is for you. Shotgun bill, baby, you cry. Shotgun bill, no. Say a pillow is all you got to grasp at night. And you grasp it oh so close and oh so tight. Don't have much I can say to you, but you're a fucking whore. So bend over, baby. Let me kick your ass right out my door. Shotgun bill, baby, cry. Shotgun bill, no.
Woo!
Alright, that's Shotgun Bitch. A little rusty on that one. I haven't played that one in several years, but I figured I'd throw that one in there and give people a little bit of that.
Well, there might be some younger or even uninformed viewers out there that aren't really that familiar with the spirit of punk, and you know you have a punk infused song there. So I was just recently sort of got a little education on it my own self, and it was just the notion of it's just about the emotion of the song. So nobody's looking for perfection there. What they're looking for is perfect emotion. So you can be the hell off key. The words even don't have to matter. It's whether or not we can tell how you feel about the whole damn thing, you know.
I wrote that song about somebody back in the day, and
So
that's what happens. As you'll see, like there's a couple other songs that
yeah.
you've seen over the years, like "Wanna See a Bitch." I mean, that's another one. That one came out.
We got a little mood lighting happening there. I decided to decrease the light, and you know, folks online, you can find on the channel. Right now, I don't know if I got to refresh the page. It says there's 2 people watching. Good Lord! I mean, really? It's like, how many times have I like advertised the show and all that? And one time we had like 18 viewers, and I was telling Chris, hey, maybe tonight we'll break that elusive 20 barrier. But I guess I can't blame people. You know, it's not like you don't have somebody to do it. Summertime, I get it. But the point isn't whether or not they tune in live tonight. It's that it is live. They can tune in, and it's recorded. So this will be on the internet for a very long time, and hopefully somebody will watch it down the road. Let's see. Okay, so we want to have the second question, the second part of the interview break. When you were growing up, were you like a latchkey kid, or did you have family at home when you came home from school and that kind of stuff?
My mom, stay-at-home mother. My dad, engineer. Worked like with the same company with for like 36 years or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my brother and sister, we all pretty much a year apart. I think my brother's 2 years younger.
Were there other artists in your family, other musicians or artsy people?
Well, my brother could play piano pretty good.
And then I heard you say earlier that you took piano lessons.
Yeah, whether I'm good at it anymore or not, that's like 100 zillion years ago.
Right.
My mom bought a piano, and it's a real nice piano in the house. And she's like, you know what? By golly. And if you are watching, Mom, if you're one of the 2 people watching,
She is.
let me just say, in her defense, it's a very beautiful piano, and she basically said that I got this piano, and you guys are going to play it. And then, you know, she had us take lessons and stuff, and I enjoyed piano. I just wish I could play it better.
Mm-hmm.
Piano or something like that.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. There's a lot of instruments that I'd like to learn to play, but you know, there's just a whole lot there. So let's see now. A question, because I always try to ask a question that everyone can relate with, And I make that up spontaneously. So I think tonight's question I'm going to make up spontaneously has to do with soft drinks. Do you enjoy a soft drink, like a soda, like a Coke, Pepsi, whatever it is?
More into like Squirt.
Squirt?
I like Squirt.
Okay.
I know Squirt. Squirt. I like root beer. We've been drinking a lot of diet stuff.
Yeah.
The caffeine-free stuff, trying to wing myself off of like all the caffeine and stuff. It's nice to have a cup of coffee once in a while. But since I quit smoking cigarettes back in, let me phrase that. Since I quit smoking cigarettes, that doesn't mean that I went into smoking pot or something like that. But
Okay.
I quit smoking cigarettes. As soon as I quit smoking cigarettes, just so you know.
Yeah.
I
know, you're working it into the conversation.
Right.
I used to do the same thing.
But
I'm going to cut right through. This is giving me a little bit of squeal. I'm just going to turn it that way. There we go. All right, cut right through.
I like Squirt.
Okay.
For the most part, will drink iced tea.
So that's
Unflavored.
a beverage thing. So because I know a guy who has DEWME license plates, DEWME, and he's got Mountain Dew posters, and he's just like, he became obsessed. He's like, a walking advertisement for Mountain Dew. And there are people that are diehard, Coca-Cola, Pepsi sucks, or Pepsi-Cola and Coke sucks, etc. So I just thought I'd ask. And then, do you do peanut butter sandwiches?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Okay, what's your jelly?
I like the strawberry.
Strawberry? And
Yeah,
like a lot of people will say grape, and some will say strawberry, some will say
probably
apple.
like the easy one. I never really tried peanut butter jelly with apple.
No, but Brian Sutton says lingonberry.
Yeah. I guess any type of jelly, jam, or my mom they can.
Yeah, sure.
We're from that generation of where
Savers.
they had the huge garden,
Yeah.
and they can a lot of stuff, and
Sure.
it's like if you go into my mom's basement, it's just filled with cans of jars of pickles and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Did you have a second song picked out? Do you know what?
Yeah, I could do another song. Do something. I'll go and do something that I wrote from my dad passed a couple of years back, and this is a newer song. It's a couple of years old, but this one is "You Have My Love," and I wrote this song for my father who passed back in 2007. But I wrote this song so that it was more or less like how I would portray him looking down on us. So let's do this. Wipe the teardrops from your eyes, 'cause I'm not far away, I'm always by your side. When you think of me, please don't cry. Just think happy thoughts and never lose sight, oh no. I will always be in your heart, and with every day will come a new start. I will always be here with you, and there's nothing that my heart wouldn't do, oh no. Think of the times that we had, some which were good, some which were bad. But all in all, I cherish my life with you. With you. With every day will come the sun. When you think of me, go have some fun. Go for a walk, go for a run. But always know you have my love. Always know you have my love. Yes, You
think
Have
that's
My
one of your
Love.
most beautiful songs.
It's like, it came out, it's like, you think about it, I think it was like my dad's birthday or the anniversary of when he passed, and when I wrote that, and it's just something that, it rolls off, and from time to time, like when you think of your parents, but then, you get into writing, and I could have like a day where I can't write a damn thing, and then you know how that goes, and then you can write like love songs, which I'll play a little bit of something real quick. We'll play something in regards to like with Kelly, my wife Kelly, or whenever I usually I'll either do something really stupid where either I'll do something stupid and I'll just think of like how I can like redeem myself, like whether it's like something like leaving, not doing dishes or something or whatever, if, and it's like, and then it's like, my way of redeeming myself, like if I do something stupid or whatnot, where I like to write songs for Kelly, so it's like I'll just play a little bit of this one. A lot of people, I wrote this a couple years back, so I love you, Kelly, and this one's for you. This one is
Wait, do that one more time.
what's that?
Just what you just said.
I love you, Kelly, this one's for you. Okay, here we go. Tell me, my love, tell me, my friend, tell me about your day, tell me how it ends, 'cause I want you to know just how far my love goes for you, deep into my heart, forever never ends. Deep into my heart, forever never ends. That's a little bit of that song, because I write a lot of love songs. I like to write love songs, and I could go all day with love songs. But it's like Kelly gives me an emotion that when I can write some really some of my best writings come to. When I think about Kelly and how she makes me feel, and that's how I take care of that, I put it into paper. I kind of like, because I like to draw and write, but I'm not a very good reader, but for the most part, I like to do stuff like that where I could show my talents in different ways,
I'm just giving the at-home audience, all two of them, a little tour of the video of the studio here. I really like those when you figure out a good love song like that. It's hard to perform that sometimes because it's so personal to you. And yet, it's like you've got to make it through it, and you got to make it through it without like getting misty-eyed or something,
Oh, that was the hard thing with
the one about your dad.
Yeah, I could be on stage and you just like at first it was just like you'd start wanting to tear up. The other song, Forever Never Ends, the one I just played the part of. That I actually played that the very first time I played that song live was at the Rockford College when I went there with you.
Oh yeah, okay, sure.
Which there was a lot of musicians there.
All right, we have time for one more song. So one more question that I wanted to ask in this interview thing, because it seems a good one to ask every artist, really. If there's a question that you want somebody to ask you that you've been wanting, so like I've been waiting for somebody to ask me about that, and if you need to like play, sometimes it's better to let you know that that's there, and then you can come back to it. Yeah.
One common question I get asked all the time is,
Why did you cut your hair?
Yeah, why'd you cut your hair? You know, because I had the long hair. But they also sit there and they're just like, one of the common ones is, well, are you ever going to be out in our town? Will you come out and play over here? And it's just like, well, shit, every time I'm out that way, we do play out there. It's just like, it's like certain people, I don't know. It's just a matter of, I don't know what question I would actually ask myself if I had to. It's, because every day is a different day in my mind. So it's like just trying to continue. I would probably, if I had to ask myself, where do you see the music going in the next foreseeable future? Right now I see the music as a place to just like relax and get stuff off your chest. Like I said, if I get offers to go and play shows somewhere, if it's a bigger show, some places they only want a full band. And before you do a full band, you have to have a full band, and rallying up the troops. Like I said, I'd love to do an 80s, it's been in the works, but I mean, it's just been in talks, I should say, with Ryan Worthy, but trying to find the time to do it. But I think I would probably say the question I would ask myself is, where do you see the music in the foreseeable future? I really don't know.
Where do you see it? Yeah, you don't know.
I don't really know. I just, if it's open mics, if that's all I play, that's fine with me. Because I'm out there playing, and you get to play for a crowd, and people that want to go out and play shows, try the open mics, because Miles will agree. You do have people there. You go up there, somebody might like you, and you can generate a bunch of people there. So go out there, do that. If you want to learn how to play and sing, go do karaoke. Sing some karaoke, get your voice in, write yourself a love song.
I don't know. Okay, what's the third song you're going to do?
I'm going to do Think.
Think, all right. Everybody, Christopher Dobelman from DeKalb, Illinois, and the song is Think.
Let's do Think. Yes, it's kind of like a punk song, so I guess punk, whatever. It sounds really great with distortion, but a lot of people, whenever I play it with them, they have problems picking up with it. So
yeah,
here we go. But
you're getting the unplugged version, so shut up.
Here we go.
All right.
weird song. I wrote that a few years back, but it's something like, I don't know, you can either play it acoustic or with distortion. Either way, that song, I really enjoy that song.
I think you nailed it pretty good there. I'm gonna do one more thing. So it is a couple minutes after 7:30, and as the tradition holds around here, we seem to run. We never get started on time, we never finish on time, but we try.
Be back in a minute. No?
No, we're not gonna do that. But this is almost experimental at this point. I have no idea. Chris knows how to play a little bit of lead, and he doesn't even know that I'm gonna do this. So I'm just gonna try something here, and if it doesn't work, I'll stop after about a minute. And our two lone viewers out there will get a good laugh, and I can delete.
We have recorded stuff together.
Oh yeah.
We have recorded stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we have. Sympathy for the Devil. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I've been around for a long, long year. Stole many a man's soul and faith. I was around when Jesus Christ had his moments of doubt and pain. I made damn sure the pilot washed his hands and sealed his fate. Pleased to meet you, hope you guess my name. But what's puzzling you is just the nature of my game. I stuck around St. Petersburg when I saw it was time for a change. I killed the Tsar and his ministers and a stage of grinning vain. I rode a tank, I held a general's rank when the blitzkrieg raised and the bodies stank. Pleased to meet you, hope you guess my name. Oh, what's puzzling you is just the nature of my game. I watch you bleed while your kings and queens fought for 10 decades for the God they made. I shouted out who killed the Kennedys when after all it was you and me. So let me please introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. And I laid tracks for the troubadours that got killed before they reached Bombay. Pleased to meet you, hope you guess my name. Oh yeah, but what's puzzling you is just the nature of my game. Well, get down. Pleased to meet you, hope you guess my name. But what's puzzling you is just the nature of my game. Just as every cop is a criminal and all the sinners are saints. As heaven's tales call me Lucifer, 'cause I'm in need of some restraint. So if you meet me, have some sympathy, have some courtesy, and have some taste. Use all your well-learned politics, or I'll lay your soul to waste. Pleased to meet you, hope you guess my just the nature of my game. Pleased to meet you, hope you guess my name. What's puzzling you is just the nature of my game.
Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
I heard that song in a while.
Blues version of it, you know, and just checking it out and trying to see if I can
You know
make
what?
it work.
That's the way to play it. It's if you pick a song and you just do it.
Yeah.
I covered Lady Gaga for a while. And I was like doing paparazzi. And I don't know, it's just stupid shit like that.
Well, not to turn this into the Mechanical Mouse show, but just a sample of something I'm working on, just so I can hear what it sounds like. Wait. Felt a little too tall, could use a few pounds. Tight pants, points hollering out. She was a black-haired beauty with big dark eyes. Points all her own, sitting way up high. Way up front and high. Out past the cornfields where the woods got heavy. Out in the backseat of my '60 Chevy, working on mysteries without any clues, working on a night moves. So that's that tapping thing I was talking about?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You know, yeah, and so there we go. So, all right, thanks everybody out in internet land. Let me get over here with my, oh man, you know what? I got the software on the camera kind of messed up there. There we go. Look at me. Ah, we got all these really cool pictures Chuck Isdale took for us.
Oh yeah, that was in Rockford too, a couple years back.
Felt a little too tall, could've used a few pounds. Tight pants, points hollering out. She was a black-haired beauty with big dark eyes. Points on her own and sitting way up high. Alright, let's sign off now on 5 Live until next month with Dana DeStefano and the Doll Parts. Stop in and visit. We hope to see more than 2 watching now next month. All right. Bye-bye.
See you guys later.